Hello, everybody. I'm Sandra Trujillo, and today I'm going to talk to you about my no BS approach into a wellness journey. So, what is wellness? We'll go into a little bit of what I think that is. I'm also going to give you a really cool tool that I implement into my life and that you might be able to practice, right? So that you can continue to find more balance for yourself. So that's it, right? Like wellness, it's the ability to start to look at our life as one big organism. So it's not just, being healthy and being in a hot sexy body, or being able to buy the right organic food is way beyond that, right? It's not just not being sick. It's the ability to see your life as a whole, of seeing that your whole life, it's mind, body, and spirit. It's your community, it's your environment, and that really makes up your wellness journey. Being balanced in all those areas, it's what adds it up. So it's not something you're going to have to treat, right? It's not something that you're good at. It's something that you continuously and are always trying to get more balance in. So you can think of it as a wheel, right? And like a wellness wheel or like a wellness sphere. And you're just trying to make all the parts be filled with energy so that the wheel can flow, right? So there could be nice, easy flow throughout the wheel of your life. And we'll go into that in a second. First, I want to tell you that I think that the parts of our life where we experience the most suffering is where there is no connection. And I think that the currency for wellness is connection. And whenever we're not feeling connection to other people, connection to our emotional world, or connection to something, greater than ourselves, to the divine, there is that feeling of being lost, of not having stability. So really, when we come into a wellness journey, we go into looking at the roots so that we can really connect to all the aspects of our life from the inside out. Okay, that's pretty much how I see it. It's not something you treat. It's just being able to see your life holistically, and it's knowing that if you improve in one area of your life, all the other areas of your life are going to see and benefit from that. But also that if you learn to put energy into the areas of your life that are lacking in energy, that you're really gonna find balance and stability. So how do we do that? So the tool goes like this. You will start to grade yourself in the different areas of your life. And you're gonna grade yourself from 1 to 10, right? 1 being the lowest, like you're just like totally unsatisfied in that area of your life, and 10 being the max, like you're just thriving and joyful and super fulfilled in that area of your life. I'm gonna give you a few areas that I think are important, but you're welcome to add yours, right? So the first area of your life would be health and fitness. Second area would be family, then recreation, then love, personal growth, contribution will be the other one. Self-image, how you feel about yourself. Then business, your career, and your finances will be the other one. And so you grade yourself in all these areas from 1 to 10. And you'll start to see which areas of my life I have the least fulfillment, right? And you can also make this as a pie, right? Which is how I really like to draw it for myself. I make a big circle and I split 11 lines, or how many areas of your life you come up with. And then in the middle, I put a little circle, and then that will be the 0 or the 1. And if I'm grading myself higher, then I will go towards the outside of this, towards the top of the circle. And then I will connect the dots, right? So what I want to see ideally is one perfect sphere. And so we know that that area of your life that's low in energy, it's not gonna allow the sphere to roll. It's not gonna allow your life to flow. So we want to bring more attention into those areas of our life. And another way of bringing attention is to think about it as energy. And well, another word that I love using for energy is gratitude, right? So how can you bring more gratitude, more stamina into that area of your life? So think about that. Where are three things that you can do for that area of your life that you graded yourself the lowest in, or maybe a couple of areas of your life that you have a little bit of a low grading in, and what are three things that you could do now to feel gratitude, that you can start to take action today to start to feel expansive in that area? I'll tell you a little bit about how I got into this wellness journey, because sure, I teach meditation and I teach yoga now, but that hasn't always been my life. It has not always been my reality or my truth, right? I feel like my life is getting to a really balanced point, but I'm also aware that life just takes many, just you just never know with life. So you got to always be doing the work every single day. So it's the difference between wanting fast results, which is kind of like what we want because of our culture, to knowing that it's actually a lifelong practice. This whole idea of being whole, of wellness, right? Which is really what we want to do. We want to come together into ourselves. So I as a kid, I had tons of wounds. I wasn't with my parents growing up as a kid, separation, divorce, my mother having to move to America, my father in a different city, different homes, coming into New York and not being able to connect with my significant people, my family, just always feeling just disconnected, right? There was no connection. And leaving my house very young as a teenager, experimenting with tons of party goods and alcohol, and I laugh about it now because but because it was fun. It was fun at the time, but when I really look at it, I was just numbing and trying not to feel the things in my life that really caused me pain, that eventually caused me to make a lot of decisions that caused me a lot of shame, and the cycle kept going, right? I was in a self-destructive codependency in my relationships, expecting for other people to save me and do the work for me, and never going into that blame and victimhood. But thankfully, I was also doing a little bit of yoga asana, because I wanted to look good and I wanted to feel sexy and whatever. And that really led me into the study of the philosophy. And because of my background in acting, I was always drawn to characters that, dealt with addiction and dealt with sexual traumas and dealt with a lot of this stuff. I still am, because I know that world very much. So I found out that I had a lot of healing to do, and that really took me on to my knowing and my looking to see how I can create something new for myself. So then it's that idea, or really cultivating the idea that the past does not have to determine our future. That in order to really come into ourselves, right, to be whole, we need to have the ability and have the willingness to allow ourselves to accept, to forgive everything we've done, our mistakes, and to focus instead on what can we do now? What can I do today in the present moment, right? And bringing our full awareness into those areas of our life now. And yeah, that forgiveness and that letting go really allows us to just feel like creative, right? Because when we're not focused in the past, when we're focused in the now, and we are in creativity, right? It's the breath, that being in the now, that allows us to become just creative in the now. So yeah, that's my little drift about how I think we should approach wellness. And if you related to this, if this is something you like, if you find this little exercise useful, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. And I would love to know about your wellness journey and what it means to you. So leave a comment below. yeah, if there's anything that you'd like for me to talk about wellness, please go ahead and let me know. Thank you so much for being here. um, yeah, I hope to see you around. Thanks.